Hi, good morning everyone. And today we are going to discuss history of education, in which the important one, Vedic education system. It is a part of perspectives in education for B.Ed and D.Ed, and it is also important for the DSC, whether it is Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, or any central exams. Okay, for the competitive exam is excellent one. So I am Mohan, assistant professor. So let us start with the Vedic education system. We're going to discuss one by one, clearly, precisely. Okay. So the history of Indian education system, it is divided into four categories. What is first is ancient period, medieval period, then colonial period, western period, or modern education system or modern period. So in ancient system period, we can say that Vedic education is flourished between 1500 to 500 BCE. Then the medieval period, it, mostly Buddhist, Jainist, and Islamic. They influenced mostly Islamic people are influenced the medieval period. Then colonial period, like we are ruled by the Britishers, and the Western education system was introduced, and modern. Education or modern period, it is blended with the traditional as well as uh, contemporary approaches. So this is about the history of education in India, in which we are going to discuss ancient period. Specifically, we discuss Vedic education. So which was there between 1500 BC to 500 BCE. So what is Vedic education? It is a knowledge system. It is a mostly holy approach and Guru Shishya tradition. So the knowledge is based on Vedic text, and it is almost 3000 years back knowledge and holistic approach, focus on mostly on spiritual, intellectual, and physical development. Then Guru Shishya tradition, so learning through direct through teachers, and there is a student teacher relation compared with the father and son relationships. So what is the source of Vedic education? Here there are five things are there. One is Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Adharan Veda, Upanishads. So in Rig Veda, like it is an important bit for you, Rig Veda, Hamans, mantras, religious teaching. In Rig Veda, they taught about the Hamans, mantras, religious teaching, etc. Samaveda, it is related to the music, melodious music for ritual performances, and Yajurveda, it is a sacrificial formulas and ritual procedures. Atharvana Veda, it is related to the spelling of charms, practical knowledge, and Upanishad is a philosophical text exploring the higher knowledge. So we'll discuss like aims of education. So what is the aims of education? Is the like there is a social responsibility, character formation, knowledge acquisition, mastery, and self-realization. So first of all is the preparing for the to contribute something to society. It is social responsibility and character formation, which is good, which is bad, which is fine for the student. So character formation, then knowledge acquisition. So getting the all the knowledge and mastery in sacred and worldly knowledge, and self-realization. So it is getting the moksha liberalization. So this is about the aims of Vedic education. So what was the curriculum in education in Vedic system? Vedas and religious texts. So other then 64 arts, 64 kalas. Okay, then physical training, fine arts. So Vedas they are going to learn. It is a sacred knowledge and ritualistic practices, and 64 kalas including mathematics, astronomy, medicine. Then physical training, archery, martial arts, and self-defense, and fun arts including the music, dance, poetry, and painting. So, what is the teaching method? So, it is totally based of oral things like Shruti, while listening the what teachers recites and student listens carefully. Then Smriti, so it is a memorization process. The student commit to knowledge to memory through repetition. So in Shruti means one has to repetition what the teacher has taught. And Manana, so it is a reflection like contemplation on meaning and application. So whatever they learn, they have to apply the same. Niti Dhyasana. So it is like realization, experiential understanding through practice. So the teaching methods are Shruti, Smriti, Manana, Nididhyasana, listening, memorization, reflection, and realization. Here we can check the photo how the teacher is teaching to his students. Then role of the guru. What is the main role of the guru? Is the knowledge bearer, moral guardian, and parental figure, and spiritual guide. So he transmits the knowledge, sacred knowledge, and worldly wisdom to the student. So he has plenty of knowledge and bulk knowledge. He will pass to the students. So it is sacred, the spiritual as well worldly wisdom, moral guardian for ethical and spiritual development. Then is like the relationship between student and teacher is a like father and son. So he is take care of the students. It is based on residential take care in Gurukula system, and he is the spiritual guide. He is the facilitators of self realization. So these are the roles of gurus or teacher. Then role of the student. So what is the role? What is the function of the student? Is a deviation to guru. So he should completely respect and reverse to the teacher and service. So he has to serve his guru or teacher, helping with daily rotations and dedicated learning, focused on studies and practice and self-discipline. So there is a strict code of conduct was there in Vedic system. Devotion to guru, service, okay, guru seva, dedicated learning, focus study and practice, and self-discipline. Then Gurukula system and daily rotation. What was there? What was the functions are there? What is the systems are there in Gurukula system? So they used to get up early in the morning, pre-dawn. Okay, so they wake up early in the morning and they perform bathing, morning prayers. Then there is a morning Vedic recitation and academic learning. In midday there is a practical training and physical training, and evening discussion, reflection, and spiritual practices. So this is the daily. They wake up early morning at 4 o'clock, and the morning they do some Vedic recitations and academic learning, and midday they practice the skills what they learn, and practical training is their evening discussion and discussion with the reflection and spiritual practices. Then discipline and code of conduct. So is very strict in during Vedic period. Brahmacharya. So in like it is a celibacy and simple living. The living should be a very simple and plain attire. So you should not wear any flashy kind of attire or clothes. So usually they has to wear the white clothes and sleeping on the hard surface, not in the soft and luxury bed. They have to sleep on the on the floor itself and eating simple and sattvic food. So they have to eat only vegetarian food and simple food, okay, which is not non spicy food. And one more thing, he has to control the self control. So one has to control over sense and desires. For that, in order to self control, there is a regular meditation, fasting practices, mindful speech. Okay, he has to meditate. Okay, and he has to fast without without eating anything, he has to spend few days or few hours. Then whatever the speech he has to mind without mindful speech is not acceptable. And one more thing is obedience. So complete obedience to Guru. Yes, whatever the Guru says, he has to follow. So unconditional respect. Okay, immediate response to command, acceptance of correction. So whatever the Guru is the final, and Shishya, the student has to follow the instructions of the Guru. Then here importance, characters and morality. So there is a importance, character, morality, how it can be done. See, 16 saskaras, and it is for the essential purification rites, and 5 yamas. Okay, like non-violence, something like that. Then niyamas, there is a 5 niyamas, that is positive observance like cleanliness and all the stuff. Then uh, 4 either purushastra, like life goals, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So these are the things, importance, characters and morality. 16 saskaras, 5 yamas, 5 niyamas, 4 purusharthas. Okay. Then education, like there is a education provision for the women is there. So there are female scholars, like there are famous like Gargi, Maitreyi, Lopamudra. So they participated in various scholarly debates and discussions. Okay, so mostly women was given to the religious education, access to Vedic learnings and spiritual practices, and domestic sciences. So they given the to perform and training the household management and day-to-day works and practical arts at home. So we can see in this particular picture what is there. Okay, then education and caste system. So the society is divided into 4 categories. Basically, we know that there is a Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. So in Brahmanas, so they learn, so they are the top in the hierarchy. They learn Vedic learning, philosophy and teaching. Kshatriyas, they are like peacekeepers, like these category people, warfare, administration, leadership. And Vaishyas, basically in order to do business, commerce, agriculture and animal husbandry. And Shudras, so there are for all the 4 varnas they has to serve. So as per this slide, so they has to work on crafts, arts and services skills. So priority is given on the basis of in which caste you were born. Okay, then see, in this particular Vedic period, the language of instruction is primarily the allied people who speaks about the Sanskrit. Okay, this is considered as Vedic divine language, and see, there is a scientific phonetic structure and precise grammar rules. Okay, so this is the medium of instruction for the Vedic text. And Prakrit. Okay, it is a secondary language for practical subject. It is a regional variation and used for everyday communication. So Prakrit is usually spoken by the general people, and Sanskrit is spoken by the Brahmana, Kshatriyas. Okay, like that, and the information translation through oral. So they emphasize on memorization techniques, error-free recitation values. So mostly in Vedic period, Sanskrit, Prakrit, and how can it transfer through orally. Then merits of what is the advantages of Vedic education? It is a holistic development, character building, personalization learning, memory enhancement, and social responsibility. Holistic development means there is a balance between physical, mental, and spiritual growth. So equal importance given to the physical and mental and spiritual. Okay, and character building. So there is strong emphasis on values and ethics. Then personal and individual attention from guru. So the guru always give the attention to each and every student. Then there is a memory enhancement. So there is a uh, uh, powerful techniques are there to improve the memory and social responsibility. Not only personal development, there is a duty how the society need to be developed. Is a focus on the towards the society also is there. So the merits of Vedic education, we can say that holistic development, character building, personalized learning, memory enhancement, and social responsibility. So limitation of Vedic education, access and restriction based on, see some of the limitations are there, as the system is considered like in four categories: Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, Shudras. So there is a limited access to the women as well as lower caste people. Then there is a limited scientific experiment. So they are mostly depend on spiritual line, such things. Emphasize memorization over critical thinking. So simply they used to memory without thinking anything. So that is one of the drawback. And geographic and cultural isolation. So it is only for the few people, and it is studied in jungles or forest area. So it is culturally isolation from the general public. So we can say that this is the limitations of Vedic education system. So still we are adapting the Vedic education system nowadays. Like what is the relevance to today's education? Okay, the one should practice the mindful practices of meditation techniques, reducing the student stress. Okay, so in order to reduce the stress, so there is this mindful practice improves the concentration, better emotional regulation, and enhanced well-being. Then mentor and mentee relationship. So we can learn like personal guidance beyond classroom teaching, individual attention. So we can adapt from the Vedic system, holistic development focus, and value transmission, and experimental learning. So learning by doing rather than passive reception. So while you are learning, you have to do. Okay, while doing, you can learn. So practical application, skill development, and knowledge integration. So there is a bridge between ancient and modern education system, rich heritage. So in Vedic system, almost 3,000 years plus education tradition is there. Then there is a holistic approach, balance of knowledge, skills, and values. Then teacher-student bond, like it is a effective learning. Then adaptive wisdom, principle to relevant to modern education. So we have to, there is a relevance where we can learn from the ancient system to the modern things, modern education. So this is about the Vedic education system. Okay. Thank you for listening my class.